Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am the Chornik, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the newest episode of the Pokemon anime 2019. This one was with Gou meeting Scorbunny for the first time. There were a few things that I have issues with, but overall, I really like this episode. I really like the emotional part between Scorbunny and his little gang of friends or whatever. And it seems like there's a lot of Pokemon like this in the Pokemon anime where like they're the leader of something and then they join Ash or whatever. You know, we had Hawlucha be the forest champion and then he joins Ash. So we had freaking Squirtle being the leader of the Squirtle squad joining Ash. Like it seems like there's a lot of Pokemon that are like the leaders or protectors or whatever of certain things, and then they, you know, that's like their backstory. Well, Gou, the Scorbunny, which we know is eventually going to be Gou's, it actually was not caught by Gou in this episode, but we saw Scorbunny, his introduction, his backstory within this episode. He was like the leader of these Nickets, or whatever, of these thieves. So, just kind of like the Squirtle Squad, essentially, they caused a lot of mischief. Scorbunny in particular did this because he was trying to feed them. You know, he wanted to take care of them. They were his friends, essentially. And I think one of the greatest parts about this episode was at the very, very end, where we got to see, well, not only that Gou really connected with Scorbunny, but the fact that the Nickets, in order to show Scorbunny that they technically didn't need him anymore, that they can survive without him and stuff, and that they've learned from him, they kind of did his whole thing where, you know, they pointed at their butt and then stuck out their tongue. And then even the one Nicket stood up, and that was like when I saw that, when it was like the can on the ground and the Nicket stood up and kicked it, like, you know how Scorbunny has his legs, right? So he like kicked the can like with his hind leg, even though he was like struggling to do so. I thought that actually made me shed a tear, because that was actually awesome and so wholesome the way they showed that whole scene right there. So Scorbunny is moving on from this Nicket gang that he was a part of, and he's going to do what essentially Gou told him to do. You know, there's a big, huge world out there, and you can do whatever you want and accomplish whatever, you know, because you have those legs of yours. And even, you know, if you get into a bad situation, just give it a good kick, because, you know, those legs apparently bring you luck. And, you know, Gou, being a really, really smart person, kind of told Scorbunny all these things, and Scorbunny, I guess, really appealed to that, really liked what he was hearing from Gou. That's what I liked from this episode. That's what I liked. I liked the whole backstory. The whole Gou part of this episode was nice. Even Ash, too, but there was a little bit of an issue I have with Ash Ketchum in this episode, and that was the fact that he's just, like, especially during Sun and Moon, and even now, he's just, like, more stupid than usual. Like, he's always been dumb or goofy, but like in certain cases, whereas like in recent times they make him constantly stupid, or just especially in this season, they're kind of utilizing his stupidity to show contrasting Gou, where Gou is the opposite. You know, they're not, you know, though they're best friends and they're, you know, both main protagonists, they're opposites. You know, Ash is the extremely dumb one, but Gou is the extremely smart one. I think they're really trying to play onto that, and that's kind of that's one of the things I don't like what they're doing. I mean, I like Ash's goofiness and whatnot, but like not to this extreme where they're just making him dumb at every turn. And straight up, like, goes like, oh, we have to go this way, and literally nods towards that direction, and Ash goes the other direction. Like, what? It's ridiculous. And I know they were trying to do this to show contrast and Gou and Pikachu, not Gou and Pikachu, but Gou and Ash. And even they were trying to show Ash and Pikachu's relationship, and especially when brushing their teeth or choking on their food, or whether Pikachu and Ash both did those things where they were just like being really goofy, and it just felt weird. I don't know, it's just like they're purposely doing it just to show difference, I guess, or trying to be funny, trying to make the show more funny. I don't know. It feels weird to me. It's not like something I directly hate, but I just kind of have a problem with it, where it just feels weird seeing him constantly in the state where if he's not battling, he's constantly dumb, or he's doing stupid things. I don't have a big issue with it, but I've kind of noticed that. But anyways, Now on to the rest of the story, though. There are a couple other issues I have. One, Rotom, okay? Rotom Pokedex. What is the point of having a Rotom Pokedex at this point? Like, I know in the last episode they made him kind of like a companion, you know, at the first ever Rotom Pokedex. Flew around, he got to talk to Ash and all that good stuff, and that was fine. But if you really think about it, what's the point in having a Rotom in anything, in any device besides Rotom being able to have the benefit of talking himself? What's the benefit to the humans to having a Rotom whatever? You know what I mean? Okay, there could be some, like maybe a Rotom lawnmower would be able to mow your lawn for you or something like that, and that's nice, but like in regards to a Rotom smartphone, why? Like, there was no point in that Pokedex, especially since Rotom couldn't identify that Scorbunny as a Scorbunny just because it had dirt all over it. And yet the Pokedex, someone actually pointed this out, the Pokedex back in Sinnoh identified Meowth when Meowth was trying to impose as someone else, as a different Pokemon, but yet it still identified him as Meowth. And yet this one, just because Scorbunny's covered in dirt, this Rotom high-tech Pokedex smartphone thing can't identify that that's a Scorbunny? What about a shiny Pokemon? If it was a different color, it's the same thing. Like, it wouldn't be able to identify the Pokemon just because it's a different color? You know what I mean? Like, what? That's what I kind of have an issue with this, not just with this episode, but with Pokemon in general. Like, they're just making everything Rotom. They, like, have Rotom become part of everything. Why? What's the point? Like, I see a lot of benefits from what Rotom would be able to do. Like, first he's just a, you know, this ghost-type Pokemon or whatever, but okay, maybe he'd be able to speak, maybe he'd be able to do certain things by controlling these different machines and whatnot. And I could see certain machines, like the lawnmower, okay, being useful to humans, a Rotom lawnmower, or Rotom bicycle, maybe you don't have to pedal or something. But even in the games recently, I was playing Pokemon Shield, and you're still riding the bike, you're still controlling it yourself, like, you're still, like, pedaling it. So what's the point in having a Rotom in the bike? Like, what's the point? Like, I understand that maybe Rotom's like machines or whatnot, but what's the usefulness for a human in those certain situations? I could see it might making a human's life easier, like how, you know, the world today, we have, like, technology and whatnot, that's constantly advancing and making our lives essentially easier. But what's the point in having Rotom in a bicycle if you're just gonna pedal it yourself? What's the point in having Rotom in your phone if it literally does nothing different than a regular Pokédex? Like, what's the point? Like, okay, having it float around you, is that the only benefit? Like, you could just keep it in your pocket. Like, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. I just don't see the point in having Rotom in literally everything. Some of the things, sure, like the lawnmower, I could see that being useful, but they didn't even have that. They didn't even show that in an episode, really. Anyway, that's my issues with it, but I guess we will not see Gou capture Scorbunny for quite some time. Looks like he's going to probably either catch him next episode or the episode after. Everyone thought he was going to be captured in this episode, but no, Gou's probably not going to capture Scorbunny until later on. And we also have an episode coming up where Gou and Ash are going to Hoenn, and they're going to be in the Battle Frontier tournament. So it's not going to be them battling the Battle Frontier, like the brains, like Ash did all those years ago. But it's going to be them kind of doing some sort of tournament in that area. And apparently Ash, I am really thankful that they're not resetting him nor Pikachu, because we saw in the previous episode that Pikachu, like, basically killed Gyarados and Tyranitar with a Thunderbolt at the same time. So awesome that Pikachu is still really strong and hasn't been reset, and neither has Ash, because in the summaries it seems that he is destroying the tournament at the Battle Frontier. So I'm glad that they just, you know, like, now that he's become a champion, that they didn't reset him and all of a sudden made him like a loser or anything. I'm really, really happy about that. Plus, Pikachu pretty much defeated Scorbunny in one hit. Literally sent out an Electro Web and it, like, shocked him to death. Like, he died in one Electro Web. I'm happy that is the one. Another thing I really, really like about this episode was the fact that they did not reset Ash, and even the summaries prove that they did not reset Ash. Ash is winning constantly in this tournament they're going to. Gou is the one that's having his first battle, kind of having his first struggles. Seems like Gou is also going to capture Scyther, and he's going to be using Scyther in that battle. But that's as far as we know. Plus, Ash is going to use a Pokemon, like maybe more than just Pikachu. So what Pokemon are they? It doesn't seem that Ash is going to capture any Pokemon in this new series. So it looks like he is going to bring back Pokemon from before. So what Pokemon is that going to be? The way they're wording it sounds like it's a Pokemon that's probably not one of Ash's strongest. It seemed like a sort of bad pick for this situation because they're saying that Ash has been dominating this tournament all the way up to the point where it's like, I guess, a really, really important battle, and he sends out a certain Pokemon that he probably shouldn't have used. That's going to be kind of interesting to see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you guys post in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings. Are you excited for the upcoming episodes? Overall, I really like Gou as a character. So far, Koharu doesn't really mean too much to me at this point. Koharu hasn't been really shown too much, given enough screen time, etc. But Gou, I definitely like his character so far. I definitely like him so far. I definitely like the series so far. I definitely do. I think they could still make it a bit better. It's still at its early stages, so I'm not going to come to an overall conclusion on how good the series is. But it's starting off on an okay start, I'd say. Like, it's a solid, good start. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope it ends up becoming greater and better, and we have an amazing story for both Ash and Gou by the end of the series. But you guys post your thoughts and feelings so far, what you thought about the first 4 episodes. What do you think about Gou? What do you think about Koharu? What do you think about this entirety of Pokemon, specifically maybe Sword and Shield 2019 Pokemon anime? You guys can post all those thoughts in the comment section below. I love your faces. Can't wait to see you in the next one, and peace off. Thank you very much.